welcome to the first bodybuilding analysis video. Today we're going to be going over the 2020 Olympia with our now victor, Big Ramy, first time Mr. Olympia. Second place went to defending champ Brandon Curry. Third place went to an overrated and terrible version of Phil Heath. Fourth version went to the GOAT Hadi Chupin. And fifth went to a pretty average William Bonac for his standards, of course, but highlight of the show had to be Big Ramy. Definitely coming in big, coming in shredded. I mean, this was insane. Phil Heath looked let's just say he had better days, and that gut was awful. I think third was a little generous in my opinion, but we'll see. Let's go one by one, do these comparisons, and you'll be the judge, I guess. Alright, in the front lat spread here, we got from left to right Phil Heath, Big Ramy, Hadi Chupin, and Brandon Curry. I think in dead last has to be Phil Heath. I mean, he has no ab separation. This is just, it's not a good pose for him. He's too arm dominant, his chest is too thick, and he's not as normally well conditioned as he normally is. So, and then on the right we have Brandon Curry, and I just really wish his legs matched his upper body. I mean, it's just like he's so big and round and full upstairs, but then when you look downstairs, it just doesn't match. It's a little unfortunate. But I think this is a two-man race between the two men in the middle, Big Ramy and Hadi. I mean, Hadi's legs are extremely separated. He's definitely the most conditioned bodybuilder on stage. However, Ramy's size is just too overwhelming. It's too much to bear. Like, it's too hard to overlook. I think he takes this pose even though it looks like he's hitting a variation of a most muscular. So for this pose, I'd have Big Ramy in first, Hadi in second, Brandon in third, and Phil in dead last, 'cause it's just a bad pose for Phil. Next here we have the front double bicep here. And, at first glance, I think Brandon looks great. Ramy looks amazing. Hadi looks amazing. Phil looks amazing if you just could erase that midsection. I mean, the surgery he got, you can see the stitches above his belly button, and just, there's like no ab separation. He has a two-pack. He has his upper abs, and that's about it. And I mean, it really takes away from the pose, because he has amazing separation. Although he's not as conditioned as prior years, I mean, he has amazing separation all around, and he's grainy as fuck. But it's just unfortunate that his midsection really just detracts from the rest of the pose. So I have him in dead last here. In third, I'm gonna have to put Brandon in third again, because his legs just do not match. It's just, his upper body is god tier, and then you look down and it's like, what happened? Stop skipping leg day, bruh. And then I think it's a toss up between Hadi and Ramy. If you like size, you go with Ramy. If you like conditioning and aesthetics, you definitely go with Hadi. But I mean, personally, my eyes keep going back to Hadi, but it's a toss up here. Next we got the side chest, and I'm just gonna say this straight up. This is Ramy all day from the side. I mean, his legs are insane. Like, those deep cuts, I mean, Hadi can't even match that downstairs. I mean, I honestly think he is mopping the floor with the rest of these guys. Only because Phil, you can just tell he's not controlling his midsection. Like, the biggest thing on his body is his midsection. Like, why am I not like, wow, he has a nice chest, wow, he has nice shoulders, wow, he has nice arms? No, I'm just like, damn, bro, like, are you pregnant, bro? Like, come on. I don't know what to think of that. But Brandon Curry looks great from the side. Hadi looks pretty good. I mean, those forearms kind of let him down, but other than that, the rest of his body is goated. But you just can't beat Ramy from the side. Like, I think with his conditioning this year and his size, it's too much to bear. And I mean, he's really just gonna mop the floor with everyone on both side poses, and it's unfortunate for the rest of the competition, bruh. Now we have the lat spread, and I mean, I think here now that Phil's turned around, his guts out of the picture, everyone looks great. Everyone looks great on this. I'd have probably Brandon Crane in last because his legs cannot match anybody else's. And then I'd probably have Hadi in third because his back is, I mean, Phil's just thicker and Rami's wider. It's kind of unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to put Hadi in third. And then I would say it's another toss up. I'd probably still have Rami winning this pose only by size and the fact that Phil isn't as conditioned as prior years. Once again, I think that played a huge role, especially in my decision. I know that's kind of unfair and a little biased, but I mean, you should expect more from a 7-time champ. That's all I'm saying. Now we move on to the back double biceps, the cream of the crop. This used to be Phil's punch, Phil's blowout pose, and he is frankly not running away with this anymore. I think it's a lot closer. I think every man has great strengths, and I think the only person with real weakness is Brandon. Once again, his legs just they're thin. They're thin. I mean, his back is right there with Phil, but then you look downstairs and it's like, dude, why? Hadi, I think he made some improvements in his back from last year, but it's still gonna need a little bit of work to keep up with these three men upstairs at least, because downstairs he's mopping the floor with Brandon, but so is everybody else on that stage downstairs. But I mean, this is really close between Rami and Phil. I think you can go either way, but it's kind of hard to call this one. But I think I'd probably still go with Phil, even though I want to go with Rami. But I don't know. That's a toss up as well. Moving on to the side tricep, you guys already know what I'm gonna say. This is Rami all day again. I mean, his legs from the side are too much. That they really are. Phil, once again, that the stomach just bad. No ab separation. You can barely see any like muscles in his serratus anterior. I mean, his tricep is phenomenal, but I can't look away from his midsection and his weird ass faces in like every single fucking pose. Brandon, I mean, I don't know why I didn't say this earlier. I think this is a great pose, but he should not have shaved his head. I mean, I literally just want to take some whipped cream and bop the back of his head like hard because like I don't know, it's just not, the bald cut ain't the right fit for you, my G. Hottie looks great. Hottie looks great as always, but Rami, it's Rami all day. I have Rami in first, Hottie in second, Brandon in third, and Phil in dead last. But you can make an argument for Brandon coming in second as well because he looks great. Alright, now the ab and thigh. I mean, before I even start judging, I think Phil should be erased from this picture because abs are a big focus and it's half of the pose here. While his legs are okay, I say okay because they're not as neatly separated as they used to be. His V taper is completely gone. I mean, structurally he's narrow, but I mean, it's a mess. This pose is a mess for him, frankly. Then I'd probably have Brandon in third. Legs are bad, and I don't know if he's just not crunching his abs hard enough, but his abs are kind of faded here. His V taper is nice, but his abs are kind of faded. And then this is another toss up. If you want size in the thighs, bro, you go with Rami. But if you want the aesthetics and the conditioning, you go with Hadi. I mean, Hadi looks amazing. I mean, this guy came to win, and it really is unfortunate that they fucking robbed him and put him in third. Not even in third. I lied. In fourth, bro. He should have been in third. Like, Phil should not have been in third at all. I'm sorry. Like, he should have placed 2 below Brandon and 3 below fucking Rami. Like, there's no way. The judges were generous with that shit, bro. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. And now on to the final pose, the most muscular. Another money shot for Phil. At least it used to be. Now I don't even want to look his way, bro. Like, once again, he looks good everywhere, but then you look at his midsection, it's like, bro, what the fuck? I mean, he looks great everywhere else, honestly. But it's just, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Brandon looks great, super aesthetic. You know, could be a little bit crisper. Those legs really are letting him down once again. Hottie looks amazing. If you could just cut off, like, I don't know, fucking Phil's forearms and slap him on the Hottie, I think he takes this pose easily. But Hottie, once again, those forearms are thin. Those forearms are thin. I know I am nitpicking because the rest of his body is great, but those forearms are thin, bro. And I feel like that should count towards something. That's only, and this pose is meant for mass monsters, bro. This is gonna be Rami all day. Like, before you even start, you don't even have to hit the pose. This should be Rami on paper. And I think that translated on stage as well. He brought the conditioning. He already had the mass. So I think this is a pretty easy win for Rami in this pose here. So, at the end of the day, I had Rami winning a lot of these poses. I completely agree with the judge's decision in winning. I am happy that politics is not an actual thing, at least in the modern day, for bodybuilding. I think that's great. I think Rami deserves it. I think he's going to be a humble champion. I do believe that Brandon should have placed second. I thought he came in really good, a lot tighter than last year, and I'm still proud of him because he beat Phil, man. Fuck Phil. Sorry, like, I like Phil, but I'm also like a Phil hater at the same time. Like, I like him on stage, but I didn't really like him off stage. A little cocky for me. But, I mean, then moving on to Hottie, I really think Hottie should have placed third here. I said it before, but Phil's third place placing is very generous. I mean, yeah, sure, he had that little fucking series that he was covering on the Olympia, but I mean, is he even gonna release it now? Because he fucking flopped. Like, he got boxed like a fish. He's literally so free. He's literally so free, freer than a free sample at Costco. Rami boxed him. Subscribe.